Saving the Universe or Something LSA, 25x-NBOMe, and Anandenanthera peregrina trip report. Posted on Arrowhead. Published on October 29, 2020. By user, Anon123. Gender, male. Weight, 56 kilograms. Age at time of experience, 16. Yopo plus LSA/BOMe trip 1. Dose, 1 tab of a mix of LSA and NBOMe called Archer. A small amount of Yopo insufflated an hour after the peak. Yopo was very dry, 1 day old, and thoroughly crushed and spread in order to ensure there was no clumps being insufflated. NBOMe/LSA trip up to that point was very standard. Cool LSA type of body high. Electronic almost feel, tracers, slightly more vibrant and brighter colors, flashing a light in a dark room let me watch the light slowly fill the room. Accelerated thought processes, greater understanding of when I am being rude, if I was ever disrespectful to my friend's beliefs I understood it instantly and knew to not send a message I would've or to apologize, which I usually don't. Very positive, euphoric, sensation, increased music appreciation, time dilation, things looked alive or could be seen moving or squirming like waves in my shirt or such. Very subtle fluctuations in light in some areas. I had planned to Yopo at the peak, but I was kinda scared I might wake someone up if I got loud because of the intensity of the trip. I waited an hour or so, and then went for it. I put on an eye mask and listened to Osric tentacles. I had an odd launch sensation where I sensed a launch and then only realized how deep I had gone a while after as I caught my frame of mind. I realized I saw a rainbow spiral moving and twirling and it was a manifestation of the music. I then started getting very pronounced audio distortions like 251 into Chonga Masala by Osric Tentacles. I heard several of the same vocals being sung at the same time in slightly different tones and paces. I then got on my bed and let the rest of the trip go through there. I took off my eye slip to locate my bed and I had very intense Yopo visuals. Everything was full of stripes and lines, looked cartoony and sharply geometric at the same time, and vibrant colors. I put on my eye slip when I got on my bed again and then I got the same feeling I had last time on Yopo, this amazing center of the universe God sense. I felt like I was everything or some great central being at least and not in an arrogant way at all. There was a lot going on in this Yopo peak however, there was so much going on because of the Yopo I just don't remember much of it. I then started contemplating a spider that had been showing up in my recent trips, something that had really been messing with them. I could somewhat clearly see spider structures and started connecting the spider to certain parts of me. I then took off my eye mask and I was very clearly seeing fluffy tarantula-like characteristics to everything including myself. Now usually this would bother me, and I would assume it would for most, but I accepted it without caring and also brushed it off fearlessly and was like fuck you boy I'm a fap. I then proceeded to fap and while I had trouble navigating my phone because of the Yopo, I made it. I played a PMV, I usually don't submit to such foolery, but whatever I'll make an exception for this, and was mesmerized by the utter erotica it inspired. I could feel the porn actors from their point of view. I could feel myself as a woman and as a man in their respective intercourse. Then they became very simple 3D shapes, smoothed out and very low polygon. This shocked me, but I could sense the utter simplification of sexual pleasure to a binary value, which sounds like nothing but it was amazing. I fapped 5 times back to back and sometimes replayed videos and found myself enjoying them very much each time I watched them. I also found myself with certain porn videos I kept replaying feeling as thought I wanted to live in said porn video or porn videos in general for the rest of eternity just lost in sexual pleasure and nothing else and not caring about anything else at all. And while it seemed somewhat scary at first I accepted it and realized it was something I could accept and enjoy. Fapping while watching porn on this drug combination is easily the only thing I should be doing aside from listening to music with an eye slip on. Aside from the excessive fapping and crazy closed-eye visuals there was a sense of accomplishment and comfort that I mentally associated with not only geometric shapes and patterns somehow but I also felt it at the deepest level, like I had finally accomplished saving the universe or something to that caliber. For the next day, I found myself feeling very positive for no reason since I had taken nothing that morning. Addendum, May 2021. At the time of writing this reports, my world was nihilist and sensually opportunist, grabbing at all kinds of sense pleasures and wanting to get attention and recognition for them as well. Even though drugs were taken for the idea of destroying ego and having, what I labeled as, spiritual experiences, I found myself having pride and comparing experiences in terms of intensity, and not stopping in the seek of more intense and pleasurable experiences. I was, in a way, deeply entrenched in the very materialism I may have been running from. My craving and lust for the world had not decreased. The only thing that may have changed is I had a world of psychedelic drugs that I was holding on to. In hindsight, I also had many times been rude, ungrateful, conceited, lustful, even deceitful. And the paranoia I had developed was strange and unreasonable. I do think by entering the lifestyle of taking those substances, I had in a way become more focused on a spiritual lifestyle by talking about the world and some abstract ideas, i.e. what is the world, is it a vibration? 4D or 3D? But my moral behavior, which is a fundamental sign of spiritual wisdom, was often compromised to conceal or protect the usage of those substances, or to get other things I wanted. The wisdom I was looking for should suppress aversion, fear, envy, worry, and greed, lust, conceit, craving. But even during psychedelic experiences I could have lust or fear. Despite such past effort and stubbornness in that direction, I have come to embrace that spiritual wisdom and straight character don't arrive by ingesting a physical substance. While avoiding and cutting off fools in my life, but befriending and associating with the wise, I may live in a suitable place while striving towards spiritual wisdom and peace.